Deputy President William Ruto offered a public apology to President Uhuru Kenyatta if he had failed to meet his expectations during their time in office. Kenyatta and Ruto attended the last national prayer breakfast meeting before the end of their term, a session replete with sentiments about the upcoming transition. President Kenyatta gave his deputy's supposed apology a wide berth and instead urged leaders to work towards a more united country after the election. Sam Gituku reports.
It is a national ritual now on its 20th year, and in keeping with tradition, it was a prayer morning with heavy political undertones. And the undertones began with the seating arrangement. Out went the tradition of seating the president and the deputy president together, and in came a new setup.
And we have dedicated the time.
President Uhuru Kenyatta shared his table with Chief Justice Martha Koome and the Attorney General Kihara Kariuki. Deputy President William Ruto sat at a different table, ironically sharing the table with his Kenya Kwanza allies, National Assembly Speaker Justin Muturi and Senate Speaker Kenneth Lusaka. It was at the prayerful setting that the Deputy President offered a general apology, first to his boss of nearly 10 years.
I may have fallen short of expectations of my boss, His Excellency the President, my good friend. I ask for your forgiveness. I know also in this journey, many people have hurt me. But on this prayer breakfast, I forgive everybody. I forgive everybody.
The president remained motionless in his seat. The deputy president further offered what would appear a regime apology for the misses of the Jubilee administration.
We have not been as united as we should have been. We have failed in some areas. We ask, and specifically myself, I ask for your forgiveness.
When he stood to speak, President Kenyatta gave Ruto's apology a wide berth, and with the clock ticking towards the fifth presidential transition in the country, President Kenyatta promised to abide by the requirements of the Constitution.
That even as we engage in the upcoming contest this year or later this year, we know that the task of building a nation is a task that is passed from a generation to a generation. Generation and generations of leaders are therefore called upon to pass that baton unbroken, and I intend to do just that.
Ruto is facing it out with Raila Odinga of the Azimio la Umoja movement, backed by Kenyatta. When Odinga's running mate Martha Karua was invited to speak, she went straight for the worrying tone and content of the ongoing campaigns.
Even as we compete with ideas, not insults. That we lessen the tension in the nation by the way we treat one another.
So my earnest prayer is that this unity of purpose and our shared humanity that has been displayed today will endure in every aspect of our lives going forward.
As you head to retirement, it's my prayer that God will give you every aspiration of your heart and make it possible for you to enjoy the legacy that you have built and to enjoy every piece of the time God will give you.
I do hope the prayers of Mheshimiwa William Ruto come true. I'm really looking forward for a lot of peace and enjoyment in the years to come. So with God's grace, tutakuwa tunaonana huko mbele.
The national prayer breakfast is Kenyatta's last as president, with his second term set to expire after the August elections.
Your Excellency, sir.
It was another busy morning for the country's political body language observers as President Kenyatta and his estranged Deputy Ruto shared a podium and managed to play it civil to the end. And unlike their palpably tense interactions in recent events, a rare handshake between the two took place, some say for the first time in a long time. The two leaders will once again interact on Wednesday next week during the Madaraka Day celebrations on the 1st of June. During such events, DP Ruto is mandated to receive and invite the president to address the nation. That role is in its final days. Sam Gituko, Citizen TV, Nairobi.